Hello friends, I am Jeyan G. This is our channel jeyansocial. Today we are going to see about India's vaccine diplomacy. Meanwhile, the USA and China is playing vaccine Cold War. At the same time, the developed countries like European countries are focusing much on to vaccinate their population. The companies Moderna and Pfizer, they are delivering vaccine particularly to the richer countries. So what is vaccine diplomacy? What is vaccine Cold War? Why these developed countries are concentrating much on their population? Then what kind of impact it is going to create to the World Health Organization and other poor countries? We are going to see one by one through this video. India has a plan to deliver vaccine to its neighbor as well as key partner. Already a batch of vaccine sent from India to Maldives and Bhutan through a special plane as grant and gift. Then what is vaccine diplomacy? Vaccine diplomacy is a part of health diplomacy where a vaccine is given to other countries to make strong tie with other countries. Otherwise, a group of countries may develop vaccine and use for their people. So through their coordination, they will bond their relationship. Then is it a new phenomena that is India is using now? Not at all. Because at the start of COVID-19 pandemic, there was a high demand for half-level medicine such as remdesivir, hydroxychloroquine and paracetamol. So the US as well as the European Union countries asked India to help. Immediately India sent those medicine to these countries. So India has timely helped them. And also masks, gloves, ventilators, personal protective equipments also India sent to these developed countries to eradicate COVID-19 pandemic. So India is using effectively this vaccine diplomacy to make good friendship with other countries. As we all know, the Drug Controller and General of India has given approval to recently two vaccines, that is Covishield and Covaxin, which also produced in India. The Covishield vaccine is developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford University, but it was produced in India by the Serum Institute of India. The Covishield uses live virus, that is common cold virus, to boost immunity. So this vaccine is called live vaccine. At the same time, the Covaxin is developed by Bharat Biotech and Indian Council of Medical Research. This Covaxin uses inactivated virus, that is the virus is produced in the lab, then it will be killed or it will be impotent. That means it won't multiply in our body, but it will boost our immunity. So this vaccine is called inactivated vaccine. India already started to deliver vaccine to Maldives, Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and also the Myanmar and Seychelles are in the list. India will send these countries next. So then again the Sri Lanka, Mauritius, Afghanistan, which for these countries India is waiting to get approval to send the vaccine through these countries. Here the only exception is Pakistan, because Pakistan didn't talk about anything regarding to buy vaccine from India. But Pakistan has approved AstraZeneca vaccine, so they may have a plan of buying vaccine from AstraZeneca. China recently have a plan of delivering vaccine to Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Afghanistan. So the yearly delivery of vaccine from India to these countries, it will avoid Chinese influence with our neighbors. So it will strengthen our ties with our neighbors earlier than China. Now the European countries as well as the US are focusing on to vaccinate their own population. But India as a developing country, also a emerging global leader, is focusing on to vaccinate other poor countries as well as its neighbor. So it is really pride for us. Then again India, instead of focusing only on the key player as well as the neighbor, India also tried to give vaccine to some other countries like South Korea, South Africa, then Middle East countries like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Morocco. India is proudly called as world pharmacy because 62% of global vaccine is produced in India for common diseases. So India must use this opportunity to expand our pharma industry further, and also it will lead to boost our economy and increase our GDP as well. Meanwhile, the US and China are playing vaccine Cold War. That is political football. In football game, we used to pass the ball only to our teammates. Similarly, the US and China try to form a group with the help of other countries and also interested to deliver the vaccine only to their own group members. So the global vaccination drive led by the WHO concerned about this, and also they told that it will delay the vaccination drive, and also millions of people already severely affected. The vaccine nationalism is emerging in developed countries because they are focusing on to vaccinate their own population And again, the big companies like Moderna and Pfizer, they are delivering vaccine to particularly the developed countries. So the poor countries are waiting in a queue, and the World Health Organization concerned about this as well. Until the rich countries get the vaccine, WHO claimed this as a moral corruption. So the richer countries must take responsibility to equitable distribution of vaccine to all countries, because the COVID-19 pandemic also severely affected the poor countries. Now the WHO backed the COVAX facility, which focus on to deliver the vaccine to poor countries as well. Instead of their economic background, vaccine delivery must be guaranteed to the poor countries. India has started vaccination drive from January 2021, and which is the world's largest vaccination drive against COVID-19. So India now need of more vaccine to vaccinate our own population. So meanwhile, there may be a huge demand from many countries to get more vaccine from India. So how the India is going to cope up with the vaccine delivery to its key player, that is his neighbor countries as well as key friends, and also to get the vaccine for vaccinating our own people. So balancing domestic as well as international demand of vaccine from India to eradicate COVID-19 is the biggest challenge for India. Okay friends, what do you think about this video? Do you think that India must prioritize vaccinate our own population first, then only we must focus on to give vaccine to other countries? Give your opinion in the comment section. We shall meet again in our next discussion. Until then, take care. Love you all. Bye bye.